because you're doing it wrong.
Or are you?
This is my long-awaited main character video. I don't actually know if it's long-awaited because I never said I was going to make this video, but I've just gotten so many questions about this. When will you make a main character video? Simone, make a main character video. Please, make a main character video. We need a main character video. And I always deliver.
I'm tired of delivering.
Becoming the main character is not about owning something that other people do not have. It's not about becoming somebody that other people do not like. It's not about becoming quirky or whatever you think it is. It is about...
Watch the video and find out.
And you guys know me, I'm a spiritual clown. So I'm gonna give you my perspective on this, on how to actually become the main character. There's just a deeper issue at hand, you know? I think, why is the internet talking about you need to have this item to feel like the main character, you need to have this and that and whatever, and it's nothing like that at all. It's all about being you. Bruv, I've got to stop. Not stop my accent, I love it. I actually hate when people do accents in videos, it's really annoying. But I'm British, so what about it? And what else did I write in my notes? Oh, so I think this whole main character thing going on is more about feeling important and maybe feeling unique, romanticizing your life and making it seem more interesting than it actually is, and that's the deeper issue, and we're gonna get into that. I got a lash lift. I'm not wearing mascara. Okay, let's get into it. Before we begin, you need to know that you already are the main character. This is your life. That's why for the longest time I didn't really understand the TikToks where people were like, oh, I want to be the main character, or people asking me how to be the main character, because I'm thinking you already are the goddamn main character. Like, what do you mean you want to become the main character? This is your life. This is your life. You literally are the main character. And if you don't feel that way, well, we're going to get into that. So,
Yeah, get into it.
point number one, to be aware. This point, if you're a little bit confused by it, it's going to go into my second point, so just wait for that. So, awareness. It is being conscious that we are living, we are breathing, you know, we're existing, and that we are actually in control of everything that is happening to us. Most of it, we're in control of most of it. I know everyone's situations are different, so obviously this is a little bit generalized, not everyone has that privilege, but we're gonna go with the majority here. I know I'm getting like a little bit like woo woo wah wah, woo woo wah, like woo, like, you know, Matthew McConaughey fairy dust.
Fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter.
Let's get into the second point, which is going to explain my first point. You need to learn to be present in the moment. So more often than not, we're spending a large amount of time on our bloody cell phone devices, on our laptops, on our iPads, whatever, and we're existing predominantly in this digital world as opposed to in this real world. And the problem with the digital world is that it takes away that awareness, and it takes away the present moment from us, because we are just on this device. We're not that aware of everything else that is around us. We're more aware of what's going on in our phone than we are of ourselves. How do I make this seem more logical? Okay, what I'm trying to say is that people don't feel like they're the main character because they aren't aware of what's going on. They're not aware that this life is their life. And the whole like romanticizing everything, I think that mainly comes from not feeling like your life is good enough or feeling like your life is boring. And when you're present in the moment, you learn to slow down and to appreciate everything in your life. I think that's a better way of putting it, but ultimately, like, not even for being the main character, but just living a better life, becoming present, meditating is the answer. You know, if you're on If you watch my channel, we talk about it a lot. But you know, you can make a playlist to feel like the main character. You can buy that top to feel like the main character. By the way, you buy the window, so it might be loud. But ultimately, these things are gonna fade. Whatever's gonna make you temporarily feel this importance, it will fade. And really, being the main character comes from that awareness, that presence in the moment, and to learn to just appreciate yourself and be yourself, whatever. So that is when you become the main character and you stop putting other people before you and you take control of your life. Period. I should be a life coach. Okay, number 3. I love how my fat roll is just, yeah. Okay. Number 3, consider how much meaning you attach to things. So I'll give you an example of what I mean by this. We've all had crushes. When I was in high school, I was like the CEO of having crushes. I would have a crush all the time because it was fun. And for me, my crush would always be the main character in my life. Like, I was the side character. They were the main character. Why were they the main character? They were the main character because I attributed so much meaning to them. They were on this pedestal. They were so important in my life. So if I didn't give them that importance, then I would have been the main character in my life, right? So you need to look at how much importance you attribute to things, because ultimately that is what determines how important that thing actually is. How important are these pair of blue light glasses? For all I know, these could be the main character in my life if I let it be. Like, my life could revolve around these. But just consider how much importance do you place on other things, and that really ties into self-love as well. If you are putting other people before you, some people deserve it, you know, they're important to you, you can sometimes put them before you. But if you're putting people who aren't even worthwhile, who are not worthy of your time, your energy, who devalue you, and you're putting them first, then you are not putting yourself on that pedestal and you're not prioritizing yourself. For example, you know, I was in a relationship with Edward Cullen.
Say it. Say it.
Vampire.
And he was the main character in my life. We broke up. Okay, number 4. You need to be authentic. You need to live your truth. That's so cringy. I don't remember who said live your truth. I think it was like Jay Alvarez and Impulsive. And I was like, this motherfucker cringy as hell. But living your truth, God, I hate saying that. Living your truth, being authentic, it's so important, because too often people are trying to conform to what it's different for every person. But when you're conforming, you're not being yourself. You're trying to be a standard. And you know, if everyone is conforming, you're all boring, so you're not the fucking main character, just saying. But people who exhibit this main character energy, you know why they exhibit that energy? It's because they are themselves, unapologetically themselves. They do whatever the hell they want. They do not care about what other people think. They have their own unique qualities and they embrace that. They don't try to be someone else. They don't try to dress like someone else. They don't try to act like someone else. They just be themselves. That can be kind of scary, being yourself, because you might feel like you're not going to be accepted, which goes into my second, that's not even my second point. What am I talking about? This goes into my I don't know what point. My next point, be fearless. You need to do something that scares you. If you're always in your comfort zone, you're never going to grow. What do I mean by living fearlessly? I mean doing one thing every day that scares you. Because if you're not putting yourself out there, you're just comfortable every day, and too many of us are comfortable, we don't grow. And we get the fastest growth from uncomfortable situations. And the main character in any movie, they're always putting themselves out there in some type of way. They're always doing something that scares them, and that's usually when they have that big arc of character development. You know what I did the other day? Actually last year. But I went on to X Factor. They kicked me out. Additionally, I feel like this one might be a little bit cringe, but being the main character is accepting that life is a journey. Life is a journey. You're probably on like chapter 1 right now, chapter 2 at most, if you're young. Maybe you're at chapter 3, I don't know. maybe a book is short. I don't know. Let's hope it's not short. I hope you live for a long time. Besides the point, wherever you are right now, that's where you're meant to be. So just slow down. Be present. Be present, girl. Be present. Like, just take everything like one day at a time and just try to slow down and stop living in the future, live in the present. Accept that this is where you need to be right now. Do whatever you can to enjoy your life right now. Stop trying to have everything figured out, because you don't have to have everything figured out. This is life. Even when you're like 80, you might not have everything figured out, and that's okay. I'm too young to be giving advice like this. Okay, my next point. The main character does not scroll on social media for hours and hours. I had to put that out there. Being the main character means being a good person, being kind.
Some of you needed to hear that.
Be a better person. Learn to be a better person. The main character does not care what other people think of them. I think that is the greatest point, because like I said, they live authentically, and when you live authentically, it means you're not living by the norm. You're doing your own thing. You're not caring what other people are thinking about you. And here's the tip. People don't care what you're doing. Like, maybe they will care for a second, but people care too much about what they're doing to even notice what you're doing. Now, this is gonna lead into my final point. Winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. So if other people are so worried about what you're doing, then who the hell cares? They're a loser. Do what you have to do. If you want more content like this, as usual, go to my second channel, Simone Says. I say a lot on there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I read all the comments. I like all the comments, and I just love talking to you. But if you're rude, I won't like talking to you. I've been fighting a lot of people in the comments recently. I've been fighting people on Twitter lately over David Dobrik. Don't even get me started on that motherfucker. Okay, thank you guys. I love you. Goodbye. Thank you for blowing one back. I'm kidding. Okay, class. Who would like to tell me what 20 subtract 20 is? Do I see a hand up anywhere? Come on. Ben? Ben? Oh, sorry. Ben, get off of your phone. This is absolutely not allowed in my class. This is absolutely not allowed here, Ben. I'm pretty sure this is illegal, sir. Would you like to answer the question, Ben? What is 20 subtract 20? See, life is made up of pears and apples, and sometimes we have peaches if we're lucky, but at the end of the day, they're all fruit. And what that means is that trees are beautiful and the sky is blue. We have to wonder, what do we do to deserve this? And it's just so wonderful. And at the end of the day, all it means is if you can do anything you put your mind to, you just have to go for it. You just have to take the first step at the end of the day. You just have to go for it, you just have to do it. And I think that's really beautiful. And it's something all of us should do more often.
Roman, vacación. Puta, mi hada madrina dijo que sí. Este de aquí me hizo llorar. Este otro me dice marica. Este otro de mí piensa mal. Esto es lo que hago cuando me chingan. Voy a encerrarlos bajo la tierra. Nadie va a comer y de hambre morirán. Madre, quiero saber en verdad quién soy yo.